Hello, my name is Raymond Garchevsky, and I am a living Christ. I am the truth, the life, and the way. That statement was made by another Christ, a simple man of truth, some 2,000 years ago. Who amongst you believes the statement of that Christ who lived 2,000 years ago? Who amongst you understand the statement made by that Christ who lived 2,000 years ago? Who amongst you believes the statement of this living Christ who lives amongst you today, here, and now? And who amongst you actually understand what is meant by those words? You see, only a master of his own mind can truly utter such words. All others are slaves to their own mind, their programmable intellects, which make up the rest of humanity, who are victims of their own conditioned intellectual illusions. A man of truth need not, nor will he pander to the illusions of those who are slaves to their own satanic intellects. All he can do is dispel the illusions and thus alienate them through such exposure. For the moment, let us set aside the satanic positive image, the myths of this living Christ, or the Christ who lived some 2,000 years ago, the legend which followed his death. And you might want to ask yourselves, why do you think they strung Jesus up? He sought no power, no worldly power. He did not compete for it. What did he do to pay the price that he did? He merely exposed the illusions of satanic power. And that's what did him in. Now, how do you spot a slave to illusion? A slave to satanic conditioning? Try this on for size. Tune in to any contemporary talk show today, and the first words out of the mouth of the caller to the talk show host is "Thank you for taking my call." This rather obsequious beginning is followed up by near uncontrollable gushing over the imagined traits of the talk show host, one who is conceived as a hero, one to be emulated by the callers, and one to identify with. What does this short introduction of caller and talk show host reveal? It reveals the hellish state of the world and how it got that way. Simply stated, it is the satanic power which is generated and transferred from the have-nots, the caller, to the haves, the talk show host, the celebrity, the leader, the savior, if you will. From such self-condemned intellectual victim to these imagined experts lies the key to suffering in our civilized society. I use this talk show host example as it is commonly used and repeated daily, almost as a script, demanded or expected of civilized callers to begin such talk show relationships. It has become an American habit, followed by millions of people who have fallen from grace, fallen from their own divine sovereignty into that of a condemned, groveling slave, creating the dichotomy of duality. It is in all relationships in society between groveling slaves and their imagined masters, be it any expert, political, religious leader, or any one of who is perceived to be of substance. Is it not the dichotomy that is created via dualistic thought? Does it not construct a world of division, inequality, opposition, power, and victimization? Is this how you were meant to live? A victim of your own thoughts, which have assumed and hold mastery over him, over you? Now, isn't it time that such systematic conditioning of prideful egos, yours, that are being controlled by remote mind controllers through media and the like, isn't it time for it to come to an end? One who has transcended such ego cannot be conned out of his own life's energy, out of his assets, out of his home, out of his job. He cannot be told who he is and where he fits in society by another, for he knows his place. He cannot be told who his enemy is and called out, coerced to fight and kill others for the purpose of tyrannizing, invading, and raping the countries of their assets for corporate profit. This cannot be done under the guise of the illusion of patriotism and courage, which cause people to sacrifice their lives unknowingly. They don't know why they're there. They just react to the stimuli. Somebody puts a gun in their hand, puts them across the ocean to another land, isolates them, and puts them face to face with an enemy, likewise holding a gun. And it all amounts to kill or be killed. No, ladies and gentlemen, it is not time for us to continue this. Time is up. It's time that we all wake up. I am speaking to each of you who at this point in your satanically confused lives are completely unaware of who you are. What you are. You are Christ's, but you are confused through all the conditioning, the satanic conditioning that has overloaded your consciousness from birth and which continues on to your death. And that is the plight of the average man who lives in a satanically ruled society. Is it not time for that to all come to an end? Take it from this Christ, this living, simple man of truth. Transcend the satanic intellect, and you will find that you are one with truth, life, and the way. You are all Christ's, co-creators of your own lives. You are at one with God, infinite intelligence. In other words, ye are gods. Why would you settle for less?